How's everyone doing tonight? We'll wait for a few more people to get in here. Everybody hear me okay? How's everyone doing? Everybody hear me? You guys got any questions? Put them down in the chat here. And I'll kind of let a few more people get on here and I'll let everybody know what I've been up to this winter so far. How's everyone doing? Can everybody hear me all right? Ridge, how you doing? Hello from South Dakota. Not too terrible far away from Wisconsin anyway. Couple states over. You guys been getting a lot of snow in Wisconsin area? We've had a lot of snow here in southeast South Dakota. We're up around, I think, 63 inches or so of snow for the year so far, and got a big snowstorm coming next week. So things are going to get pretty interesting around these parts, I would say. Latest thing I saw on the National Weather Service was anywhere from 6 to 17 inches of snow and 3 days of 20 to 40-mile-an-hour winds. So sounds like we're in for a good old fashioned South Dakota blizzard anyway. I got you. Unusually warm. Well, we had that last year. I plowed snow twice in 2021 and 22, or 2020 and 21, I should say. And yeah, we didn't have much snow at all this 2 years ago, anyway. I got banks on the side of my roads pushed up pretty much high as the cab in a lot of places, so it's definitely interesting. And to think that we're going to get another 6 to 17 inches of snow, it's going to be interesting. So, anybody's got any questions, go ahead and put them in the chat, and I'll do my best to answer them. And if you don't have a question, just write a chat there saying hi and where you're watching from, and we can visit back and forth. I greatly apologize for not having any videos up on my channel. Pretty much just before Christmas there, we got 24 inches of snow, and I had a lot of good videos made up and had everything stored on my SD card. And I've literally been plowing snow dang near every day for the last, I don't know, 5, 6 weeks here. And it's been a struggle. And I went to download my footage onto my computer, and all my videos that were on my GoPro camera are not showing up on my computer. So unfortunately, I don't have any videos for you guys, so I'm hoping I got my problem resolved. I've got a new SD card here, so I'm hoping I can get some decent videos of this next storm here. Hey, Tanner, Wessington Springs, not too far away. Know a few guys out that way. Got a cousin that's out there, and I don't know if you know Greg Varvra, but know him real well. I'm gonna see if I can figure out how to put a picture in the chat here. I'll show you guys. I got a new reversible plow for the front of my 140 M3. It's a Falls XPR. It's an awesome plow. I've gotten to use it the last 2 weeks here. I'll hold this up, see if you guys can see it. There, you can kind of see the picture of my 140 M3 with that falls plow on the front. I got you, Tanner. I kind of figured you were one of the guys with Gerald County when we did the class out there. Hopefully, I taught you a couple tricks and helped you out operating wise. Really enjoyed doing that training out there. I'm sure you guys have had enough snow to move too out that way. Unfortunately, if we get this next big snow, I'll probably have to take my reversible XPR plow off and take and put the V plow back on. Yeah, I agree, Tanner. It would definitely wouldn't be that bad if the wind would quit blowing. Seems like every other day you're just moving the same snow that fell almost a week ago and it just keeps sifting back in. I've never had a winter with so much south wind. It's kind of crazy. You get banks on the north side, and then the wind blows out of the south and fills it in. Then you get banks on the south side. It's just kind of a crazy winter. Hopefully, in a couple weeks here, I'll figure out if I got a new cat machine showing up or not. Now, one township I work for, they're going to be doing something this spring here, so find out at the annual meeting what they're going to buy. Right now, there's about a $60,000 difference between cat and deer, so hopefully the township will buy me another cat because I quite frankly really don't want to get another deer too bad. Having a lot of snow this winter, the deer machine just doesn't have the torque and the power to plow this kind of snow that we've been dealing with here. Here's an action shot that I got with the new XPR plow here. Working really good. Then I'll kind of show you guys how I wing snow with my wing. So this is my finished product when I get done here. You can see that pretty decent. I do not touch any snow that is not above the edge of the road. And then once it gets above the edge of the road, I just simply taper everything. That way the wind has a chance to blow right through the bad spot. So that's kind of how I do it. That's my finished picture of what I do. And this is what it looks like when you're an idiot and you drag your wing. This is the neighboring township. I don't know if I can get a good enough. Might be too bright for the camera here. There we go. Kind of hard to see. There, I got such a glare on my screen. There we go. That's what the neighboring township looks like when they drag their wing. They got snow piled up 6, 7 feet high the whole mile of the road. And Tanner, so far I've been through stuff that's 5, 6 foot deep. It hasn't been very long, but I can angle that left and right. So generally, you hit it once to the right and then angle it left and hit it left. And you can kind of push your way through. But ultimately, if it gets really deep, you're going to have V plow on. But generally, I'd say 85% of the time, you can get by with this reversible plow. But I've noticed with this new XPR plow, I'm actually averaging probably 23, 24 mile an hour pretty much all day. And with the V plow, your visibility is so bad. A lot of times you can only run seventh gear at that 18 mile an hour right in there. And then with this, XPR where it's got the beveled ends on it and you take everything one way, at least it's only coming from one side versus out the V plow, you got it coming off of both sides. And then you really can't see anything. Been really impressed with it so far. I actually had a few spots today where I was out kind of pushing a few spots back and I was pulling snow off of kind of like I got a bad area where it blew in on a bridge. And I pulled it off of the one side next to the bridge and put it in the middle of the road and got up in eighth gear at like 27 mile an hour and I hit that. And I was throwing the snow probably 25, 30 yards on the other side of the fence. So it's definitely nice when you have to relocate snow to a different area. I think where this XPR plow is really going to shine is the snows that you don't have much wind with, and it's all kind of sitting, right on the road. I Anybody that's plowed snow on a blade, if you have to try, just use your moldboard. Plowing heavy snow that's just on the road, you just bounce like crazy. And these reversible plows are like a one way. You can set them up on the skid shoes and leave about a half inch to an inch of snow on the road. And yeah, I don't see why you couldn't go 20 plus mile an hour with this front plow, and you wouldn't even have to use the moldboard. You could just go with it. Yeah, it's definitely nice. I think the township's got about 17,000 into that plow, which, yeah, it's a pretty good size investment, but you figure 17,000 over, a 20-year lifespan of that plow, it should last a long time. JB, how you doing? Yes, I am the only operator. I do 4 different townships, and I'm one guy. So I do have one other farmer that he'll help me plow snow, and he generally just helps me get everything opened up the first day or 2 days, depending on how bad things are. But I do 90% of it myself. Hey, Dunlap, it's good to hear. How many miles in my area? I'm guessing with the 3 townships that I primarily do in the wintertime, you're probably looking close to 215 miles right in there. Got a few to get over. Yeah, it's definitely a job. I With that new Falls XPR plow that I got, I was out yesterday with it, and I worked 14 hours, and I got through just about 3.5 townships in one day with it. That's moving right along. I was surprised, one thing, the difference on fuel efficiency from the cat to the deer. The deer, I cannot run 11 hours without refilling fuel. I run that all day yesterday, and I burned 96 gallons of fuel. So I was right at that 7, 8 gallon an hour mark with the cat. So it's kind of crazy that you get that good efficiency pulling the heck out of it. I'd say probably 80% of the time I was running in eighth gear yesterday. Yeah, the deers like their fuel. Hopefully, you're catching on pretty good on learning on the job, Dunlap. Oh boy, that's kind of the worst way to learn, Dunlap. Unfortunately, it's all too common. There's a lot of counties that hire new guys, and they go, "Here's your blade, and have at it." What area are you in, Dunlap? Just curious. If you're blading roads, you probably got to have some pretty decent weather. Your area, I would say. No, Oklahoma. Don't know much about Oklahoma, but I can believe there is a lot of rock. That's probably pretty challenging blading conditions if you're dealing with a lot of rock. We got some pretty bad field stone up in this area in southeast South Dakota. Um, Try to keep them covered up with gravel the best we can, but fortunately, you're going to bang into them. It's just a never-ending cycle. We have freeze frost and or the freeze and thaw cycle, so it always pushes the rocks up. And a lot of times they get so bad, we just take and go rent a backhoe or have a contractor come around and dig some of the bad ones out for us. Biggest rock I've dug out of a road, and I should have took a picture of it, but we had a rock that was just about 4 foot in diameter. Dug that out of the center of the road, and there was about maybe 6, 8 inches of the rock exposed through the top of the road. I'm glad that one's out of there. That was a heck of a hole to fill in, I will say that. JB, where are you from? Okay, you're in Missouri. You guys probably haven't had a lot of snow down that way either. Okay, dealing with ledge rock and clay. Yeah, that's probably makes for interesting conditions, I would imagine. I know one guy down in Missouri. I don't know his name, but he's on a heavy equipment farm online there. And I think it's Oversize is his name on the heavy equipment farm. And he runs a blade down there in Missouri. And he posts on there quite a bit. And he's been saying they haven't got much snow down there yet and no snow to push. So yeah, I would Dunlap. I would rather plow a foot of snow than ice any day of the week. That ice ain't nothing to mess around with. Thankfully, I haven't had too bad ice. We've had a little bit of flash freezing and stuff, but for the most part, it's just been snow and wind here. So very thankful for that. You get solid ice where you got to put bits on and chain up. That's not a fun day, put it that way. Oh, yikes, Dunlap. Yeah, that would be pretty wild. I've never slid in a ditch and about rolled over a blade on ice, I guess, yet in my career. I hope that doesn't ever happen. Tanner, yes, I do run carbides. I run the Black Cat. They're double carbides. They're the inch thick ones. They call them double carbides, I guess, but they're inch thick, and then they got the insert and the hard phasing on the front of them. Get them from Equipment Blades down in T there. Had really good luck with them. I have a set that I run in the wintertime, and then I take and run the I got a good set for in the summertime for blading. Have you found you have to run the reset on the clutches on transmission in your deer more than cat? Yeah, I'm not 100% sure what you're asking there. If you're talking about the calibration on the transmission, maybe. Okay, you're talking on the calibration. Yeah, you definitely have to calibrate it more on the deer, otherwise they start shifting really rough. Um, on the cat, I do it probably once a month, I'd say, right in there for recalibrating the transmission and whatnot. Anytime it starts shifting a little rough, I just do it on both machines. Doesn't take that long anyway. I've been having horrible trouble with my all-wheel drive on the deer this winter, and the dealer can't seem to figure out what's wrong with it. So that's not good. But yeah, the year we get a lot of snow and I need six-wheel drive, and I pretty much don't have it. Okay, you got an old 140. That's a great machine. That's pretty much what I spent quite a few years learning on. I actually learned on an old 120 straight frame, 1973, and then moved up to about an 86 140G, and then spent 2 years running that, and then we took and got a 1997 140H, and probably run that 4 years or better, and then we decided to sell that and kind of went on my own and started working for different townships. And so currently I got two 140 M3s, a 772 GP, and then I run a 2019 Cat 140, the newer style with the steering wheel and levers in it. Yep, my new 2020 Deer, the brakes grab terrible on that thing. You got a transmission seal went on yours. I had a axle seal fail on mine, and it was pushing oil into the transmission. So they had to fix that. And then this last summer, I also had the rear main seal between the engine and transmission fail, and it was pushing engine oil into the transmission. Sounds like they're having quite a few problems with them anyway. I just think it's kind of asinine for a machine to only have, say 1,400 hours and have that kind of downtime with it. It just kind of makes you wonder the quality of this new stuff. It's almost, you'd be better off running some older equipment anymore. Snyder, I will do a video for you on that. It's pretty simple. And it definitely helps a lot on the cats. Deer, it does help quite a bit too. But if you've ever been into your like your menu bar on the because you got an M2 or an M3, Snyder, I can't remember. But if you got like an M2, you just go into your settings, and then I think you go into your calibrations, and then it'll have a transmission, and then click on the transmission, and then you just do the fill cal on there, and you just got to lock out your hydraulics, put your parking brake on, and then be in neutral. And then it'll start in eighth gear, and then it'll go all the way down to first, and it'll calibrate the clutches for you. But I'll do a video on there and kind of walk you through how to do it. It's pretty easy. Okay, you got an M2 and M3. I'll show you this, Snyder. I showed him earlier. I got a New Falls XPR plow for one of my 140s. Absolutely love this plow so far. There's my New Falls XPR reversible plow. I can angle it left and right. Very handy plow to have so far. Okay, done lap 13,000 hours. Yeah, that's getting up there, but the one we had, it had just about 18,000 hours on it, and still had the original engine in it. So those Cat 140Hs will run a long, long time. That's when they made good equipment. You could pretty much rebuild that 140H, and it would just keep running and running. That's good that you like it. That's a great machine to learn on. Jacob. Yeah, I took her out the other night. We had a quick supper, and then it was off to bed, so I go plow snow again. Yeah, it's a great plow, Snyder, and there's no wheels on it. It's got them mushroom shoes on there, but I'm definitely gonna have to get them snow wheels on it, because the skid shoes only lasted about 2 weeks, and they were already gone. So definitely gonna be putting wheels on it. They definitely don't give them away. I called to get a price on them wheels, and just about $5,500. Yeah, definitely got to keep the woman happy. That's for sure. Yeah, it's going to be an interesting storm. That's for sure. we're in that 7 to 17 inches so far. That's the last I heard for snow totals on the National Weather Service, but I'm going to cross my fingers and hope like hell it either goes north or south or just doesn't do anything at all. JB, what am I looking forward to this year? Hopefully keep on getting some good videos for you guys to watch, and hopefully get to do a little more of my LTAP training this summer. Really enjoy doing that. And then Snyder, I don't know if you take and buy yours right from the snow wheels on those one ways that you got, but I called Falls and they wanted like just about $6,000 for two wheels that swivel since it's a reversible. But yeah, I thought that was great, plenty to have for the wheels anyway. Okay, you buy everything from Snow Wheels. Yeah, I should take and call them Monday and see if they got any better price than what Falls would. Or I'm sure Falls is marking them up some. If we don't go with the wheels, I think we're going to try to make some bigger skid shoes and make some heavier ones. That way they last a little bit longer. But okay, Jacob, that's good to know. Yeah, I don't know what to say on if the wheels would work good on that or not, but I definitely got to do something different than the little mushroom shoes that are on there now. Uh, Getting 2 weeks out of them, that's just not going to cut it. Those little mushroom ones, when you're running 25, 26 mile an hour, there's a lot of abrasion there. And Jacob, these snow wheels, they're like a solid steel wheel with like a poly coating on them, I want to say. I know the Schneider excavating there, they run quite a few uh, of them on their one ways, and they've had really good luck with theirs. Okay, so he has poly on his. Huh. Yeah, I was wondering, since they got a swivel being reversible, I was kind of nervous on how it would hold up. That's a lot of pressure to have on there. JB, yeah, I'm running carbide cutting edges. That's pretty much all I run anymore, year round. About the only time I put a traditional set of steel edges on is doing dirt work anymore. Otherwise, I run the inch carbides with the insert in them and then the hard facing on the front of them. I've been getting right around 1,100, 1,200 hours on a set of cutting edges now with the carbides. Carbides are very nice to have. Um, you have a lot of rock, you're gonna chip them. It's just not a heck of a lot you can do about that. But I still think they're a lot better than a traditional steel as far as life wise. Worst comes to worst, you can always try a set. Yeah, it's an investment, but at the end of the day, if you have, even if you get an extra, say a year out of them, it's better than having to change them regular edges all the time. Okay, logger boy. Yeah, I've seen them plows with the adjustable edges on them. I think that'd work pretty good for like hard surface. I don't know how well that'd work on gravel, but it makes sense. I generally very rarely have the cutting edge touching hard surface on gravel, so I always try to leave my cutting edge about a half inch up off the gravel surface. Otherwise, you start taking a lot of gravel if you run right on the road. Okay, JB. Yeah, I can about imagine you have them. Once you have carbides, you'll never want to go away from them. Nice not having to change blades every couple weeks. Okay, you got a V plow with the wheels on it, Jacob. That worked pretty good. Okay. No, that's good that it works good with them wheels on there. We might, if we don't try the wheels on that reversible plow, I think we're going to try to redesign the shoes on there to make some bigger ones and a lot heavier duty than what are on there, that's for sure. The thing I've noticed, like this last week when it got a little bit warmer out, those mushrooms, there's not much of a surface area, and they would sink in the gravel pretty good when you tried putting your plow down. Oh, okay, I know what you're talking about, Jacob. Yeah, having flats would definitely suck. The ones that I was looking at from Falls, they're a solid steel with poly on top of them, so you wouldn't have to worry about flats that way. But I'd just be worried about bending one or having one get messed up on you. Okay. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to take and hopefully I can get them tucked into putting them wheels on there. I just think that's the way to go. Last a lot longer and beats the heck out of building up skid shoes all the time. I've already had to build up the V plow skid shoes once this winter and had to build up the reversible plow skid shoes once, so I've done enough of that. Yeah, I can about imagine they're pretty pricey to replace. I ever get a week where I can get a break in this dang weather, I'll come up and visit you, Jacob, one of these days here. Also, anybody else that's on here going to be going to Con Expo. So, going out to Vegas there, and I think that's 3 weeks away. I'll be out there the 13th, 14th, and 15th of March. If anybody else is out there, stop and if you're out there, you could stop by and say hi. Love meeting all you guys. Yeah, I've found myself using that reversible a lot more on my intersections to clean up. I'd almost rather use that than using the moldboard. It seems to work a lot better. Plus, you don't end up having stuff rolling out the end of the blade when you go around the corners. You can generally, what I'll do is I'll just push it straight through to like if I come up to a north south road, I'll push it through to the right hand side and then go around my radius. And then once I come back, I'll hit that stuff, going back the other way and then just take and throw that snow way out there. Yeah, JB, I've never been out to Con Expo and I've always wanted to go. So I got an uncle, he goes every time they have it. So I'm going with him. So really looking to check out that show. Should be a fun time out there. The thing that I've really noticed probably the most with that new reversible plow is I have a lot less cleanup to do versus having a V plow on all the time. I, with a V plow, say you got a 24-foot road and you have drifts all the way across it, even if you go down the middle, you're you dang near got to make 2 extra rounds to clean up the whole road. Where with this reversible, I can take and cover each side from center to shoulder with it. That's a 12-footer. And I can dang near take the whole, do it in 2 passes with that reversible. Dunlap, thanks for stopping in. Good night to you. I'll hopefully be making a couple videos starting out on Monday and Tuesday here of some. I'll do a walk around of my new reversible plow and try to get some more videos coming for you guys. Yeah, you can do that, Jacob. Doesn't work very good. Just gonna say you're doing a trick that I don't know about because I don't think that would work very good if you had any kind of deeper snow. Put it that way. JB, we have like township officials, so we have 3 supervisors that are on the township board, and they would be my bosses, and that's kind of who oversees me anyway. But generally, all the townships that I'm working for right now, they kind of leave the call up to me. Or, for the most part, if I see something that needs to be done, they just let me go take care of it. And for the most part, I get to make the call when we go out to start moving snow. And they just kind of let me run the show to an extent. They got a question, they give me a call. But yeah, I pretty much kind of am my own boss to an extent. Yeah, that definitely doesn't work in the hard drifts when you try doing that. Fluffy snow, you can get away with it. I know this stuff that I went out yesterday for, man, them drifts were wind blowing hard. I actually had to take and lower my edge down just about to the gravel because I was skipping over them with the plow. Did you guys have to go out at all any up there, Jacob, last couple days? Yeah, JB, I'm pretty lucky down here. Got pretty decent money to work with as far as for purchasing gravel and keeping decent machines around, and they kind of have to. They kind of are very. I'm not sure what I'm looking for a word, but they do the best with what they got for the funds, and pretty lucky because I know there's a lot of townships throughout the state and even different areas that they just don't have enough money and they don't have the funds or the resources to do a good job. Well, we are pretty lucky in this area. Okay. I kind of wondered if you guys didn't melt pretty good up there. I know it was a lot nicer up there than it was down here for a while. Our bank shrunk down a little bit, but we still got a long ways to go before it gets good like what you guys got. Okay, I knew you were hauling turkeys. I can tell you one thing that I got that 14-foot wing on that 140 M3, and I definitely wouldn't take and trade having that 14-foot wing when you get in deep snow for benching and whatnot. Chain setup, JB, I honestly haven't put chains on a blade and oh God, probably 13, 14 years now. Now that we have six-wheel drive machines, you just really don't need chains. I mean, if you got glare ice and you literally needed them, I'd probably put chains on the back too, and maybe two chains on the front, but it would really have to get bad before I would do that. We run, I don't have I got Snow Plus tires on my deer. You can probably Google them, but that is the best tire for snow and slick conditions, hands down. You're not going to find a better tire on the market, put it that way. Well, and I'm not talking leaving a bench out there either, Jacob. I I generally like for when I'm talking benching wise is I use it when I'm trying to just widen the road out, taking cut, 8 inches to a foot off the top, throw that way out there, and then take the plow and throw it back up there, and then I taper everything. I had our tractor and blower out tonight. A couple of the corners and whatnot, I'm going around and blowing them out. And last place you want a bad spot is in a intersection. So if I can get a lot of that stuff blown out, that's what I like to do. Yeah, I know you guys got pretty decent hills in that area, JB, so I can see why you would need chains, especially if you get ice underneath the snow or whatever. Yep, Jacob, that's exactly what I do, so I kind of figured you probably did the same thing. I've never had any luck, I've seen guys say that you should leave a bench up there for the next time, but I tried that once this year and I got burned by it. I think it actually made it worse. Any place that I've tapered, uh, when it does blow, it seems like it only blows in halfway or just a little bit. Where I did that bench, it blocked the whole shitting road. So definitely not going to do that again. I just know one thing with that 14-foot wing when you go around intersections, you got to watch street signs, guide wires, and stop signs. Don't ask me how I know that. I didn't hit a guide wire at least, but I did take out a stop sign. Yep, no, I agree, Jacob. I'm in that same way with you. We'll talk to you later. Thanks for stopping in. Yeah, that's for sure. Well, guys, if you got any other questions, put them in the comments here or put them in the chat here quick. And probably going to take and cut it off here in a few more minutes and going to call it a night here. Thanks for stopping in, Tanner. You're welcome for the info. We'll look forward to seeing you on the next chat or next live stream and check out the next video. Hopefully, I'll be having that come up. Hopefully, I'll get a video out for you guys on Tuesday, I'm hoping for. Thanks for stopping in, Snyder. Have a good evening, too. I'll show everybody these pictures here before I end the live stream. So this is kind of how I like to wing out my roads. In my opinion, if you're dragging your wing lower than the shoulder of the road, you're just asking for punishment. So this is what my road looks like when I'm done with it. I taper everything, not leaving an edge out there. Generally, I carry my wing 3 to 4 foot above the edge of the road. Here's a good example of that. So as I'm benching snow, I keep my wing up and then I taper everything. That way there's not an edge, and that way if you get a wind, the snow's got a chance to blow right down through the cut and up and out of the cut. And this is what happens. This is what your roads will look like if you drag your wing. This is a neighboring township of mine, and their operator drags their wing, and he has got snow 6 to 7 foot deep the whole mile. Now, if we get that 7 to 15 inches of snow they're talking about this next week here, that's going to be a fun road to get open. When I was taught, my dad told me, he says, you want to plow snow, drag your wing in the ditch. And he's 100% correct. In fact, I got a 2016 140 M3 and I got a new wing with it. And that machine's going on 7 years old. And I still have the original cutting edge on the wing blade. I personally know an operator in the township across from me. He had a brand new wing, or I shouldn't say brand new, but the wing was 2 years old, and he burned a cutting edge off of it in one night. To me, that's just inexcusable. There's no reason to do that. That's just tearing up equipment and making a mess. Well, guys, with that, I think I'm going to call it a night here. Thanks everybody for stopping in. Hopefully that kind of answers everybody's questions on all their stuff and kind of what I've been up to. Been pretty busy here, but hopefully I'll get some videos out here for you guys next week here, and we'll catch you on the next video. And thanks for stopping in, and have a good night.